Hey folks, Greg here, and today I'm going to show you how to get Gotterdammerung. And I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, it's a German word, so please forgive me. So first, I highly recommend you start this at level 50, and have a lot of your materia leveled up. It helps. It doesn't take too long to get to level 50, so just be aware. So first off, you'll need to complete all of Don Corneo's arena challenges, which is a cakewalk if you're level 50. Beware that Aerith's solo challenge is only available in Chapter 9, so be sure you do this one right after your battle with Hell House, and then finish the chapter, so it saves. You can then reload Chapter 14 and finish any other challenges you have yet to do. That's your step 1. After you've completed all of Don Corneo's arena challenges, you'll skip to Chapter 17. Once you're loaded in, you'll be greeted by Chadley, who will open a VR combat simulator right across the hall. This VR sim will task you to complete 13 unique challenges before you can unlock the final 14th one, which awards you Gotterdammerung. Keep in mind, you must do these challenges on hard mode, which unlocks after you beat the game. These are pretty straightforward since you've faced these enemies in-game before, but if you're having trouble with a certain challenge, let me know in the comments below, and I might make a video guide for it as well. Once you've done all 13 challenges, the 14th will unlock, and it's by far the hardest. You'll face 5 rounds back-to-back of summoned enemies: Shiva, Fat Chocobo, Leviathan, Bahamut, and finally, the Pride and Joy prototype. I chose Cloud, Aerith, and Barret. I found having 2 ranged characters is extremely helpful. Everyone in my party also has heal materia equipped, but Aerith is my primary healer. As far as materia goes, Fire, Lightning, Resto, HP up, MP up, Revive, and Barrier are pretty much mandatory materia slots. Your primary healer should have Resto materia attached to Magnify. Regen plus Magnify is your best friend. Keep it on your party as often as you can, but also be sure to manage your MP usage during the match, since not all of it restores after the battle. You can also equip any materia you want to level up as well, like Warding, since these battles give good AP. You can see the full loadout of my characters here. Feel free to adjust extra slots to your liking since your playstyle may be different from my own. Shiva is the first boss you'll face. She has a weakness to fire attacks, but be careful. After taking so much damage, she'll become immune to most magical spells, until you've dealt enough punishment to trigger her fire weakness back again. You can press the touchpad to see if she's still immune or if her weakness has returned. Hitting her with fire spells when she's weak will stagger her faster and give her pressure. Blizzard spells are fairly easy to deal with. Simply block and roll out of the way before it explodes. Whiteout is slow, so try to get behind her when she casts it to avoid it. Your AI teammates are usually pretty good at avoiding it when you're not controlling them directly. She also does this smaller icicle attack that doesn't do much damage. Switch between characters and try to stay behind her when she starts to cast this. But be aware, if you stay up and close too long, she'll do an AoE ice attack, so be careful. After she takes a certain amount of damage, she'll cast an unblockable AoE attack, Diamond Dust. The game will give you a prompt when she's starting to cast it. Casting Curiga with Magnify right as the prompt shows up is a good idea if you're low on health. Same thing goes for right after her attack ends. So just keep hitting her, keeping tabs on when her fire weakness is back up, and attack away.
Not my best work.
Next up is Fat Chocobo, and he's fairly simple to fight. He'll stagger easily after taking so much damage, but once you trigger pressure, he'll roll around the stage super fast, then bounce around a few times before finally landing. Then unleash everything you have on him to get him to stagger. During the fight, he'll throw bombs slowly that have a huge blast radius, so try to dodge those. He'll also summon minions and Tonberries. Use Cloud's triple slash to make quick work of them so they don't interrupt spellcasting or insta-kill your teammates. I messed up a few times and some of my members got insta-killed. I still pulled through though, but it wasn't as flawless as I wanted to show you guys. So just be careful. He's probably the easiest boss to fight though.
Let's go.
Next up we have Leviathan. He's the trickiest one. To be honest, I just sort of plowed through him. You can dodge his laser attack or block. I failed my blocks a lot, so ignore that. He'll stand around to cast certain spells for a period of time. Use Eris' Arcane Ward and cast Thundera to build his stagger gauge and cause pressure. Leviathan will cast Tidal Wave, an unblockable AoE attack, just like Shiva, so be sure your party has high HP when he starts to cast it. Using Kuriga with Magnify is recommended. One of his attacks will have him wormholing through the stage, so just run around and avoid him consistently. You really don't even need to dodge, just make sure you're moving quickly. He'll also do this dive attack, and it's hard to dodge since it's so wide, so try blocking it instead, and also try to lead it away from your AI teammates so they don't get hit. In his second phase, he'll cast tornadoes on the ground that you'll have to avoid. Thankfully, they don't do a ton of damage. Barret is really good here. You'll have to rotate which part of the body you're attacking, as certain sections are immune from damage. But just lay into him, and you'll do fine.
And don't come back.
Finally, we've reached Bahamut. So this is where Barrier will come into play. What you can do is cast Regen on the entire party and Barrier on Cloud. Have him act like a tank. Bahamut will use abilities and attacks on the person you're controlling directly. After he winds up and starts to attack Cloud, switch to other characters and damage him. But don't use your ATB yet. Use it only for healing and supporting Cloud. At a certain point, Bahamut will stop attacking, moving, and begin a countdown. When it starts, unleash everything you have on him using your ATB, and it will interrupt his status and cause pressure.
Take the lead. All right. Watch and learn. I'm coming. Taking over.
When he starts to cast Mega Flare, make sure your party is healed up. If they're already healed up, casting Mana Wall on a few of them isn't a bad idea as well.
I won't give up.
You can do it!
All the time.
Keep it up!
Halfway through the battle, he'll summon a Freet, but you should ignore him and focus on Bahamut until he's defeated. Then defeat a Freet.
Yeah, give them hell.
So it's my turn? It's your turn.
Taking over.
I'll put down ice.
Finally, you'll face the boss Pride and Joy, and he's actually fairly easy. What you want to do is kite him by switching out characters. Attack with Cloud, then when he turns to face Cloud, switch to Barret. When he turns to face Barret, switch to Aerith. Try to stay behind him when he casts his beam attack. The rest of his attacks are fairly easy to avoid because they're so slow. He will do a catch ability that will scoop up a party member if hit, and take him out of battle for a limited time. You can free them by attacking and crippling the right arm. Make sure you avoid the AoE fire marks on the ground and don't stand in them. Hopefully you've saved your summons. Shiva, Fat Chocobo are great, and then just tank and spank until he's dead. I finished this challenge in 26 minutes. I'm sure others did it faster or better, but this is how I tackled it after learning the patterns and weaknesses for 4 hours before making this video. So I hope this video helped you guys. I'm the one who played through all the Final Fantasy VII Remake bosses on this channel, up to specimen H05112. I didn't do commentary on those though, but you can check them out in our playlist. Once you have Gotterdammerung, the next multiple boss fights are much easier. If you guys want to see this challenge completed with no commentary, at length, click the link in the description below. For more video guides and everything else gaming related, you're already in the right place. You're on Shacknews.com.